So this is how to get into the AltVerse website, add groups to get all the kits, as well as create worlds and modify items and events, as well as upload photos. So let's take a quick look. So first thing you want to do is you want to start altvr.com. You can go there. Once you're in here, you just want to sign in with the same account you do in Oculus. If you don't have one, register one there with Microsoft, as Altspace is owned by Microsoft. Once you are in here, there's a couple of things. If you're in VR and you notice that you can add things into your worlds, the best thing to do to get all the different kits of different worlds that people have built so you can have things to put into your world is to add all of those groups. Now, you have to add all of them to get all the kits. So first thing you want to do is go to groups. And these are all the groups that have kits. And same thing with page 2. So what you want to do is you want to select all the worlds one by one. And instead of leave, it'll say join. So you want to hit join, and then it'll verify that you want to do it, and you're going to hit OK. Then you're going to do the same thing for the next one. Again, mine say leave because I've already done this. So you're going to hit join, confirm OK, and then go back and go and so on and so on. So you have to do it for all of the groups. And again, there's many, many groups, but each of these have items. An example of Mason actually has sofas and beds and cupboards and tables and chairs. Templates are for apartments, so they give you an apartment that you have a shared template. A Mobius house. So basically, this is a 3D house that you can actually create yourself a house. You can put it out there. So these are things that you can get. So just the examples of that. Mortal VR kits are going to be another one here. And then they'll have a kit common that'll actually tell you on here some of the things that they have available for you that they've created and upload. So that's the first thing you want to do is you want to add all of those groups. So feel free to do that. If you don't really care about kits or groups, you can skip this part. Now, second, let's talk about photos. Maybe you want to put some cool photos from the real world up to the cloud. So the best thing to do is find a picture. Let's just say tech design modern art, so I go here and find something trippy that I want to have in my land. So let's just say we want in the world. Sorry, Emily's in here telling me in my world. So gonna go in here and select anything. Let's just find this one. This one's pretty cool. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this as an image, call it whatever you want, save it wherever you want. Once it's there, you want to go here and you want to click photos, upload, and then you're going to select the photo, and then you're going to give it a name. This one's just going to be art tech for stream studio. You can call it anything you want, it doesn't matter. You can hashtag it so you could find it easy. Art wall picture, doesn't matter, photo streaming. Streaming studio. So I know which studio I'm going to be sending this to soon, and you can share with the community so other people can actually borrow that as well. Once I create the photo, it'll take a second for the little spinning up here, and once it's ready, I can go into Altspace and hit my pictures and hit upload, and then that will be uploaded to my location as is. I could stretch it and all that good stuff, but that's how you upload photos. Now, another thing in here is about worlds. How would you create a world, or not even a world, but a universe? You can have multiple universes here. So if you have worlds enabled in Altspace, which is in Oculus, you go to settings and under general, you say enable worlds, which is supposed to be beta, but everybody uses them. So you're going to go here, you're going to go to worlds, and then you're going to see the worlds that are currently available out there. Now you can go to my worlds, which are going to be yours, and I have 3 universes. I have Metalore universe, not just a world, but a universe, an evolved universe, and an Is Radio Studios universe. Now, for me, I actually created the Metalore world, not the universe, but the world in Is Radio universe, because I work out of this more. So if you want to create a universe, think of it like a folder, and underneath the folder, you have individual files. So my Is Radio universe has multiple worlds has the theater, the Club Meta, Metavate Live, Entertainment Capital of the World, which is a movie theater, in my streaming studio. So if I wanted to add another world here, um, like something to do with like hiking, let's just say some like an outdoor event world. Let's just call it an outdoor event world, right? So I'm going to create world. And the first thing it's going to ask me in a second is basically the name of the world. This is what everybody's going to see. So let's just call it um, something catchy. So give me something catchy for an outdoor world, Mija. Okay, well, I'll think of something since she's not giving me anything. Let's just call we'll call it the too busy world. We'll call it the Zen Garden. And then we'll create a full garden out there, right? Now for Zen Garden, I'm gonna need sort of an open space. So I'll just say this is an open space Zen area for meditations and relaxations. So because your relaxations, right? Spelled wrong. Anyways, okay. So if you want to have an image, you can do that. So let me just add an image because I want to have something there. So let's just do Zen Garden. Okay, so just do something like that. So I'm gonna go here, find something just neat that's different, maybe something like this. And then I'll kind of recreate that in my world. So I'll just call it, what is the Zen Garden? That's fine. So I'm going to go here. You don't need an image. If you don't put an image, it's fine. So just go here. Do you want it to be private or unlisted? You can do either or. Because if you don't click anything, it's public. Now, these roles are if you want to give somebody access to help you create. So you can give people access to certain roles. You can also put an instruction, like when they go in, it'll say whatever message you wanted to say, always stay muted, be mindful, yada, yada. Then you go to advanced. Now, advanced, you can promote your Zen Garden with a YouTube video. Now, when you do a YouTube video, they do not want the entire, you know, video link. They just want the ID. So let me just do Zen Garden music. Okay. So let's just do something like this. Okay, so I'm just going to pick something. This is the ID. The one that's after the equal sign is the ID. So instead of the whole link, you're just going to grab the ID. So for me, I'll put that on. Now, that doesn't play in your world. That actually just shows it. If somebody was to click your world, they'll see the video. And then Twitter handle, I can have any Twitter handle. It's just like that. But you always have to have the @ symbol in front of it. So just like that. And then if you already have a world that you want to kind of copy from, you can select any of these to be your world, and then you can go from there. Now, I'm not going to copy any of those. So I'm just going to keep it as is. Now, later I will copy this one because this is a home. And if somebody shares a home with you or a design with you, you can then import the world and then make it however you want it to be your own. So for now, I'm not going to import anything, and I'm just going to do meditation garden Zen. Okay, so just do like that. Now, the important thing is here are your different worlds that you have to pick a template to build upon. Do you want it to look like an apartment, suburban dreams? Maybe you want a waterfall. Maybe you want the beach. Golden oasis space, which was shared with me, which I'll probably choose that one since it looks like it's an oasis. Um, the lounge, Hawaiian Islands, probably another good one. Obviously, I'm not going to do church. Mansion, could do the mansion. Maybe that's what I want the Zen Garden to be. Mobius house, keynote area. So you get it. A lot of these are going to be something that you can sort of build upon. Waterfall Creek, that's probably a beautiful one. So, it's probably one that you want to do. But anytime you have anybody share stuff with you, they're going to appear here. I would always say look at them. So, like the Waterfall Creek, you can open in a new tab. And obviously, this doesn't have a picture. And if it did, it could show us what it was. So, for now, let's just go with one that we know is probably going to be a beautiful one. So let's just go with the golden oasis. So we'll just do that one. So we're just going to go with that. I'm going to hit create world. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. So once it's created, it takes a second to create your world. It'll tell you it's completed. Now, obviously, it's not going to look like that, but I can make it with my kit. I can make it look like something like that. So right now, if somebody hits this via a website, they're going to get the video. They're going to sort of get a little bit of what it looks like. And then obviously they're going to basically now be able to do whatever. Now I'm going to favor this. So it's one of my favorites. And then if I open Altspace, these, a lot of messages that just came in. Because I left this open, so everybody's sending me messages. There we go. Okay. So if I go to this, let me go out of there, and I go to my favorites, I should now see my Zen. Pick one more. There it is. There's my Zen Garden. So I haven't done anything in here. There really hasn't been anything added. So basically, this is an empty world. And what I need to do is I need to stop myself from falling, because that's what it looks like I'm doing, is I'm actually falling. So let me keep flight on, edit mode. This way I don't have to fall. But as you can see, probably not something I'm going to like to use. It looks a little weird to me. I don't like those gold colors. And I don't know how much I can edit as far as those walls. So if you do not like that design, let me get out of that screen. Come on. Let's get out of this. Yes, okay. So if I don't like the design that I saw in Altspace, I can go back in here and re-edit the location. And once I edit this, I can go and select a different template that might work better. That oasis was definitely something that I did not enjoy. So I'm going to go back down and find the waterfall, and I can always modify it. So I'm just going to do the creek for now. And then that looks good. And I'm just going to hit update. You can do that as much as you want. So if it's a world you're not happy with, you don't have to keep it, and there you go. So and then once I hit enter now, it'll reopen Altspace and take me to that world, and then I can start creating things. So again, that's in regards to creating worlds. Now, what about universes? What's the difference between a world and a universe? A world is like a planet. It's what you're showing. A universe is a location of planets, if you will. It's it's a space. So for me, I created that here. Now, if I want to create a new one that has nothing to do with this, then I can create a brand new universe, and it's the same setup as that. So for me, maybe I want to have a universe that only is about cats. Emily said cats, so we're just saying everything about cats. Then that's something that I can add on here in regards to that. Maybe I want to have a business world that's just about business. I can do the advanced networks world for my tech business. But as you can see right now, I have a world in here. This one is really for my business. I can actually share this with my other universe and then have it be and build upon it there. So it'll copy what's here and then build upon over there, so I can kind of do that. So again, some things that you can kind of do that as well. Now, has if you're going to ask if you can search worlds within Altspace, it's sort of difficult. It kind of shows you the top worlds and favorite worlds. So if you were to be in Altspace and you're looking at worlds that you want by category, you're really going to see what's top, popular, and what's favored right now. In PC, you can really select really good category. So if I'm looking for this category, I can look at this, and if I don't have it, my Oculus with me, I can just open it, and then I can, for now, favor the world. Just hit favorite, and then next time you can look at your favorites and go into it. And if you don't like it, unfavorite it. But this is one way to look at worlds. Maybe you want something to do with adventure or meditation. Let's do meditation. Something I'm interested in. So I'm going to go here. Look, meditation space. Pose meditation looks like it has beautiful trees. We don't know if we've never really been there. And then Mason's meditation, which actually that looks pretty neat. I think I'm going to try this one because Mason's meditation had some pretty good additions in the kit. So I'm going to click on that. And obviously, it talks about a stream and all of that. It's probably something I will enjoy. Something I would not enjoy. I'm going to hit favorite on that. And then later, I can go to my favorites when I'm in my Oculus and look at that area that I was just adding, which will become at the end. That's my Zen Garden. So it just took a minute for the Mason one to show up. So let me refresh this. Okay, now that's refreshed. We'll go in here. And it looks like it hasn't even shown up yet. So I'll just go slow here. Oh, Mason's meditation. There it is. So yeah, if I hit enter now with my PCA, it'll let me log in, or I can go to my Oculus later and look at it. And again, if you don't like it, you can always come back and unfavor this, or you can do it within Oculus as well. Is there a big difference between PC version of Altspace and Oculus? Oh, extremely. There's a lot of things that are not rendered for PC. An example, in my City Nights world, which is a nightclub, I have lasers and smoke and animation, and a lot of those things are not showing up in the PC version of that. Now, it does say Quest, PC, and Mac, but a lot of those things are not resonating correctly in the PC world. So you're not going to get all that cool animation that you would if you're using the Oculus versus that. So some of the things work better in Oculus because they're built for that, and some of them just don't look as good on a 2D versus 3D. So it's always a good idea to check if these designers are catering to all platforms or just Quest. Is there a PC version of Altspace? Yes. What you saw a minute ago is sorry, Mac version of Altspace. Yes, but the problem is it's still in beta and a lot of things don't work. In the example, if you were to go to my club world in a Mac, you don't see any animation, you don't see videos, you don't see people dancing, you don't see walls. So there's still early stages in a Mac, and PC gets a little better, but definitely Quest is the way to go. So AltSpaceVR and the AltVR.com is definitely something that you want to use often. I would consider this your go-to pretty much on a daily basis if you are in Altspace, or as we call it, the Metaverse, all the time. So you should always have this favored. Or VR, correct, Emily? Because when you're at work, when you're on your phone, whatever, you can actually go to events and see what events are happening today or in the next couple of hours. So it's really good to look at that, because if it's something that you're interested in, you can go in here and you can favor that right now. RSVP, add to your calendar, so it kind of tells you and notifies you about it. Another thing too is you can also go to your friends here and converse with your friends outside of Oculus with their means of connectivity. Maybe you don't even want to have a friend. You can unfriend somebody here, but this is another way to get a hold of them and actually look at messages of people that you've talked to. You can clear your history. You can download the messages, and so on. So it's such another cool way of conversing with people. I know it doesn't look as fancy as like Messenger, but at least you can see who's online if you needed to talk to somebody and ask them a question, or if you follow somebody often and you want to see if they are online and what world they are in. So it kind of tells you a little bit about where they are and so on. Another thing that's cool is once in a blue moon, you'll see a festival happening that'll last for several days, sometimes weeks, just like the Burning Man festival that they did in 2021. Um, it started in August and went all the way through September. So it was so many things happening. It was a global community event, and it was such a fun thing to be part of. So look at festivals too. Festivals are always coming up as well. Last thing that you can also do is you can upload kits, MREs, skyboxes, templates, audio clips, etc. So any of these things you can add. And in news is actually really good to understand because last Saturday Altspace did an update and broke a bunch of stuff, which means we had to get Microsoft involved because they own Altspace, and then there's items plugins broke, and then external plugins to Edge broke, and there was so many things across the board that broke. So they released their update version, as you can see, on December 16th. And this fixed a lot of issues that were happening with hollow portation and different things. So obviously, something that if you see anything, any anomalies, and you need support, it's always a good idea to email support. And they're pretty good about getting back to you quickly. It might be not be to you direct, but they'll let you know they're addressing the issue, and then usually there's a fix pretty quickly after that. So you can kind of go through this next and kind of see all the different things that have been updating in Worlds. I know the thing that I saw when they updated is now my menu is not in front of me, it's to the left. And when I turn to the left, it keeps moving. So I let them know that that functionality needed to be fixed because obviously it's a bug. I believe that's all I wanted to kind of bring to you on Allspace VR. If you're not part of Allspace VR, it's probably a good idea to get into this, as this is the early stages of the metaverse, and it is already popping. It was already has a lot of people in it, a lot of monetization, and a lot of fun things to do. From dance parties to walks to meditations to learning how to dance, learning language, recovering alcoholics, believe it or not, and that's great. Movie night. Somebody's actually been, I think in the next couple of days, somebody's actually playing the new Matrix movie in here. So there's a lot of things that are happening right now in there that are a lot of fun and a lot of interests. It's kind of for everybody. So any questions, let me know.